it's working. Yay. All right. Well, welcome everybody to this YouTube live. And this is going to be all about the winter solstice, including fascinating solstice legends from ancient times. And also, I'm going to share with you how to create your own winter solstice ritual or celebration. And so I want to share with you that this video, this live video, is the official launch of my YouTube channel in a whole new way. And so you can come back here to my channel every Thursday. The videos won't always be live. Some of them will be live and some will be pre-recorded. But every Thursday, I will be posting new and exciting content. And so this YouTube channel is going to be based on all about how you can open up to your highest potential. And by connecting with the earth and by connecting with the cosmos, we can all welcome synchronicities and even miracles into our lives. And in fact, that's how we're meant to live. It is our birthright to be in constant communication and deep connection with nature and with a higher power, whether you call that God, goddess, great mystery, the divine, Mother Earth, however you like to name that higher intelligence. It is always surrounding us, and we have so many guides here to help and protect us at all times. So by connecting with this intelligence, we open ourselves up to possibilities that are far vaster than we could possibly imagine. So come back to this page every Thursday for inspiring and amazing videos. And these videos will help you to become your very best on all levels and gain confidence in your unique gifts and talents and live your fullest and most joyful life. So everybody coming in now, please go ahead and don't mind my dog barking. Please go ahead and put your name and location in the chat. And I'm welcoming all of you. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Shona. Hi, Amruta. Hi, Melissa. I see we have lots and lots of people on. So go ahead and put your name and location in the chat. I would love to see where everybody is joining me from. And I want to announce this is going to be very exciting because for those who stay on the live broadcast here until the very end of the video, I have a few surprises for you. So there are going to be 2 lucky winners of a prize that I will announce at the end. That's a whole brand new thing, very exciting. And then also everybody who watches until the end of this video, whether you stay on live or do the pre-recording, everybody will get a free gift, which is a brand new free gift that I've never shared before related to the winter solstice. So make sure to stay on here with me. It's going to be about 30 or 40 minutes, so it's not going to be a huge long presentation. Okay, so stay on with me. I can't wait to share all of this information with you. It's going to be so much fun. So let's begin. What is the winter solstice? I think we all have a pretty good idea of this. But what it is in the Northern Hemisphere, we're the ones experiencing the winter solstice now. It is when the sun is at its furthest southern point in our sky. And so that creates the shortest day and the longest night. And so for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, next Friday, December 21st, will be the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is also called midwinter. It is sometimes called Yule. It is called the longest night. All cultures all around the world have traditionally celebrated the winter solstice in a very big way. So it has lots of different names. Now, at the same time as we in the Northern Hemisphere are having our winter solstice, those in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, are having their summer solstice, where they have the longest day and the shortest night. So it's quite fascinating. We are at opposite poles as far as warm and cold and night and day right now. So why is winter solstice such a powerful time? To answer that question, let's look at how ancient people experienced the changing of the seasons. So, to the ancient observers, it appeared that during late summer and autumn, the sun was getting further and further away. And during that time, of course, it was getting colder and colder, and the nights were getting longer, the days were getting shorter. In some far northern areas, especially near the solstice, there are nearly 24 hours of darkness. So this was a very dramatic change for those more northern areas. I want to read to you a description of the length of the day in Norway around this time of year. So in the northern parts of Norway, the day of winter solstice is hardly a day at all, but rather a short moment of dark bluish light at midday before night once more settles. and the sun is not seen. To the ancients, it must have appeared as if the wolf of darkness was catching up on the sun, or that she had in fact succumbed, shining only a bleak light from the wolf's belly. Right? So, this was a time of great darkness for many cultures. The winter solstice is significant because it marks the turning point at which the sun seems to begin moving back toward the earth or emerging from the wolf's belly, signifying the victory of light over darkness. And after the winter solstice, the days will gradually begin to lengthen. And although we do still have 2 to 3 months of cold weather still ahead of us, we know now that spring is coming. Once the solstice has passed, we are moving away from autumn and toward spring. So, because of this, the winter solstice festivals and celebrations in ancient times were filled with great joy. Huge bonfires were lit to signify the return of the sun with its life giving warmth and heat. And homes were decorated with pine and herbs and pine cones and other natural elements to make the atmosphere merry and to celebrate. So there are many different and fascinating cultural traditions and celebrations based around the winter solstice, and I want to share some of those with you here. So, for example, in the early Neolithic periods, most cultures at that time were matriarchal, and this was around the end of the Stone Age, right? Most cultures were matriarchal, and the leaders and healers were primarily women. So back then, in times when the earth was much colder and the reindeer was much more widespread on the planet, the reindeer was venerated by people as the life giving mother, the mother reindeer. People followed the reindeer herds because they depended on them for milk and clothing and food and shelter. The reindeer mother was associated with fertility, motherhood, regeneration, and even the rebirth of the sun was associated with her. And at the winter solstice, it was believed that the reindeer mother was the one who flew up into the sky and brought back the sun. So, interestingly, among reindeer, the males actually lose their antlers in winter, and the larger, more sturdy does actually keep their antlers. So, any reindeer with antlers in the wintertime is actually a female. So, that's interesting. Um, and so I guess those reindeer pulling Santa's sleigh are females, looks like, right? So that brings us to another ancient tradition. And in this one, the Lithuanian and Latvian goddess of the sun, who was named Saule, was said to fly across the heavens on the night of winter solstice in a sleigh pulled by horned reindeer. And she would throw pebbles of amber, which symbolized the sun, the color of amber, into people's chimneys. And so it's easy to see how this goddess tradition could have evolved into Santa Claus, with a sleigh pulled by reindeer delivering presents to people's chimneys at Christmas. So, did you know that the traditions of burning a Yule log and decorating a tree and going house to house singing songs or carols can all be traced back to the Norse people? These were the people who lived in the far northern areas of Europe, which are today called Norway and Scandinavia and northern Germany. So, for these ancient cultures, the name Yule came from the Old Norse word, which I don't know how to pronounce, but it's spelled Hjol. And this word means wheel. So this is very significant because in their ancient viewpoint, the sun was a fiery wheel that rolled across the sky each day. And they could see, and at these far northern areas, there was not much sunlight at all around the winter solstice. So it seemed that that wheel was very, very far away, was growing very dim. And so this Yule time signified or was the time of year when the wheel of the seasons was at its lowest point. And it was ready to rise again. It had sunk to its lowest point and it was about to come back. So this was a very, very significant time for them. So this was traditionally a time of feasting, giving gifts, singing, and dancing. And people would also do a lot of baking of cookies and breads and cakes, and they would decorate their homes with paper cutouts, with wooden toys, and with straw animals. So you can see how this has carried forward into how we decorate our homes today for the holidays. Yule lasts 12 days, beginning on the winter solstice, and it is from this 12-day tradition that we have the 12 days of Christmas, when that tradition was adopted by the Christians much later on. And the first night of Yule, the solstice night, was called by the Norse people Mother Night because it represents the rebirth of the world from the darkness of winter. It was the practice in ancient times at Yule to swear oaths on a boar, which was the totem animal of the god Freyr and the goddess Freya, which were very central to the winter solstice for those ancient cultures. And this practice of swearing oaths evolved into our modern day practice of setting New Year's resolutions. It's very fascinating to see where all these customs originated from. And the Norse peoples also originated the custom of bringing a pine tree into the home and decorating it and putting gifts on it. For those ancient people, the tree represented Yggdrasil, and that was the sacred cosmic tree of life for their culture. If you want to look that up, it's what the Yggdrasil is the name of their tree, their sacred cosmic tree. It's Yggdrasil. I'm going to put that in the comments. If you just Google that, the legends and the myths around it are really, really fascinating. So that's a whole other thing we could get into. So the Yule log was set to burn all night, signifying that life continues even in the times of the greatest darkness. And pieces of that log, after it was done burning, the little fragments of it that were left would be used by the people as protective amulets during the rest of the year. So I love exploring all these ancient traditions. We can see that the successful return of the sun and its warmth for the growing season was, of course, very critically important for people in ancient times, because without a long enough growing season and without the right mix of sun and rain, they would not have enough food for the upcoming year. So it was very important to really celebrate and honor the sun and welcome its return, in order for the people to carry on their lives the way that they knew it. But even today, when we have so many conveniences and we can just go to the supermarket to get all the food that we need, there is still profound meaning for us in the return of the sun on winter solstice. So consider this amazing explanation of the importance to us of the sun's light and heat, which I heard from master herbalist David Crow. So David Crow says, and I think that other wisdom keepers have said this before, right? But he says that the sun creates the energy that is necessary for all life on our planet. And plants take in the sunlight through photosynthesis. And the sunlight then provides the life force that that plant needs to live and grow and thrive and reproduce. So that plant is running on sunlight. So then when we eat food, whether we are eating plants that directly took in sunlight or eating an animal that ate plants, we're eating the sunlight that the plant took into its body through photosynthesis. And when our digestive system processes that food, the sunlight from the plant is released into our body, is actually combusted in the fire of our digestive system, so that our warmth, our body heat, is actually created by the combustion of that sunlight. And so it is the sunlight which literally is the life force within you and me and every living thing on the earth. Our body heat and the warmth of our body is the sunlight burning within us. So we need the sun. We need the sun, and we want to celebrate the sun at this very special time of the year. So, what I want to share with you next is how you can create your own winter solstice ritual or celebration. It's really fun and exciting to create your own unique expression of what the winter solstice means for you. So, I'm going to give you a few key components that you can use in your own ritual, and then you can use your creativity to branch out from this and make it all happen in your own unique way. So let me just get a little comment here from everybody. If you could share with me, what was the custom or the ancient tradition that I shared that you liked the best? I would love to hear. So go ahead and share those in the chat. What was the ancient tradition that I just shared with you that you like the best? I'd love to hear it. Okay, so while you write those, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing how to create your own ritual. So here's the first thing that you want to be sure to include, and that is fire, right? So fire in these rituals that you're going to create, fire represents the sun. And this is a time of deeply honoring the sun, welcoming the sun to come back into our lives. And so there's lots of different ways you can include fire in your ritual. So it may be simply in the form of candles. You can place several candles in a circle, making the shape of a wreath. Or you might have just one candle that holds special meaning for you and burn that candle during your ritual. If you have access to a fireplace, of course, that is a fantastic location for your winter solstice fire. And you could even have a yule log in that fireplace. Or if you have the space to safely create an outdoor bonfire, go for it. That would be wonderful to do your ritual outdoors. So just be sure to use safety in whatever way you choose to engage with the fire. And remember that the fire represents the sun turning back toward the earth as the ancient peoples observed it, with its life giving light and warmth. It signifies the victory of light over darkness and the turning of the seasons away from autumn and toward spring. So, however you are using fire in your ritual, you will want to light the fire as you begin your ritual. And if you'd like, you can welcome in your power animals or guides or ancestors into your space to be with you and to offer you protection. Now, the second thing to include is a fragrant herb or plant to bring sacredness into your ritual. So you can burn, for example, sage or palo santo or incense. Or alternatively, you could put an essential oil into your diffuser that represents the season. So some good suggestions might be pine or citrus or frankincense. Plants like these, which I've named here, have the ability to really create sacredness and a deepening of your awareness when you're entering into a ritual or a celebration. So it's always wonderful to include them. Getting a little drink there. All right, thank you all for your beautiful comments about what tradition you liked best. Let's see what everybody said. Yes, Yggdrasil, I love that one. And the reindeer mother, yes. Swearing oaths on a boar, I know. I want to learn more about that too. Um, yeah, returning to ceremony, female reindeer. Yeah, thank you all for your comments. That's fantastic. I love your takeaways there. Okay, so the third thing that you want to include in your winter solstice ritual is releasing something that you'd like to let go from your life. So here are some examples of how that might look. So for example, maybe you want to clear out some clutter. And maybe you could collect clutter from around your home, such as clothes and shoes that you never wear, or excess toys that your kids don't need anymore, or books that you are not reading and you want to pass along to someone new. And you can bring them to a homeless shelter or to Goodwill in the days leading up to the winter solstice. And then during your solstice ritual, what you can do during that time is to celebrate the extra space in your home from releasing those items, and also celebrate the joy that those items are bringing now to someone new who really needed them. Or on the other hand, you might want to let go of something less physical than clothing or shoes or toys, right? So you can write down 3 things that you'd like to release. So these might be lack of confidence, or it might be an old relationship that's not serving you anymore, or it might be an addiction to caffeine, right? Something that you want to let go from your life. You can write them down on a piece of paper, and during your solstice ritual, state aloud your intention to release these things from your life in the new year. And then if you have a fire where it would be safe to do so, you can put that piece of paper where you wrote them down into the fire and watch it burn and watch the smoke rising up to the heavens, carrying your intentions upward so that you will be imbued with power from above to carry out those changes in your life. Another option, if you are not able to safely burn the paper, is to bury the paper in the ground. Okay, so the fourth thing that you want to include in your ritual is an activation of something that you'd like to bring into your life. So maybe you want to bring a new relationship or a new partnership into your life. Or perhaps you want to start a new career in 2019 that feels more fulfilling for you. Or maybe you'd like to start cooking more healthy foods at home rather than eating out. So, whatever your top three intentions are that you would like to bring into your life, while you are sitting there by your fire or by your candle during your ritual and enjoying the scent of your sacred fragrance, write down these intentions in your journal, somewhere that you'll be able to revisit them in the form of a vision statement. Now, here's how to write that vision statement, and this is very powerful. So, at the top of your page, you're going to write a date that is 1 year from the day you're writing it. So, if you were writing this on the solstice on the 21st, you would write at the top of your page, today is December 21st, 2019. Okay. And then you would go on down the page and write your intentions in present tense as if they're already happening. So, for example, you might write, I am cooking healthy foods at home for myself and my family 3 or 4 days every single week. Or I am taking a walk every morning before I get the kids ready for school. Or I have found the most amazing partner and we are in a serious and strong committed relationship, right? Whatever it is, write it out in present tense as if it's already happening. Then you want to, at the bottom of your vision statement, write a statement of gratitude to whatever divine presence you normally speak to, God, Goddess, Great Mystery, and to any guides and helpers that you want to call in to help you with this endeavor. And then you have this beautiful vision statement all written out. Okay. So what you want to do with this is keep this vision statement by your on your nightstand, like by your bedside, and either every morning just upon rising or every night just before going to sleep, you want to read this vision statement. It's best if you can read it out loud, but even if you read it silently, that's totally fine. This is a really powerful way to bring this vision to activate what you want to bring into your life. So you can initiate this at your winter solstice ritual and then continue reading it daily, first thing in the morning or last thing at night, every day from there on out after the solstice, and just watch these things appear into your life in amazing ways. Okay, so the fifth thing to include in your ritual is to ask for a dream to guide or inform you. So, our dreams are messages from two spaces. So, one is our inner knowing and our ancestral wisdom that we hold within us, that we hold in our DNA. And also, they are messages from the higher intelligence of the universe. So, when you tune into your dreams, you have the potential to decode and unlock specific instructions about the answers to difficult problems in your life, for example, or maybe guidance on what to do next in order to feel more happy and fulfilled. So, during your solstice ritual, ask for a dream to arrive during the next few nights that will provide you guidance that you deeply need, or maybe to answer an important question you've been wondering about and haven't been able to answer on your own. The sixth thing to include in your ritual is to thank and honor the sun. So thank the sun for bringing longer days that are coming soon and for the reassurance that the coldness of winter will not last forever because spring is coming. And thank the sun for the heat of your body and for the vital life force that it gives you. And then find something in your home, such as a crystal or a plant or any item really that feels special and that can hold your emotions around the return of the sun. So what do you feel on winter solstice? How do you feel when you think of longer days and warmer days ahead? Bring that item that you have chosen near to the fire and infuse those emotions into it. And now, whenever you see this item in your home, you will remember your ritual and you'll remember the importance of the sun in our lives. So the last part of your ritual is to sit quietly for 5 or 10 minutes or longer if you would like, and just really enjoy the warmth of the fire. You can meditate on how the fire represents the sun and enjoy the scent of the sacred plants that might be burning. And know that you are such an important part of the vast cycles of nature and the seasons. So, really take some time now to feel gratitude for your life, to feel gratitude for the cycles of the seasons and for this beautiful winter solstice that you are celebrating. Then, once your ritual has ended, thank your helping spirits and your ancestors who you may have called in at the beginning. And be sure to put out your fire and blow out your sage or palo santo or incense and enjoy the rest of the day or evening. So I hope you'll have lots of fun creating your winter solstice ritual with these recommendations. And so now we're almost at the end of our call. So I am really excited to announce the giveaway that I'm going to give to two people who are on the call. So here is what the two winners are going to receive. Two people are going to receive free admission to my brand new online course, which has not even been announced yet. And it is called Rooting in Shamanic Earth Wisdom. So, this is a 7 week course that is starting in the new year on January 7th. And in it, we'll be exploring topics such as ley lines and sacred geometry, traditional festivals and celebrations, such as this one that we've been talking about today with the winter solstice. We'll be talking about our connection with the stars and planets, how to access the messages hidden in your dreams, and so much more. And so, in this 7 week program, you'll actually be developing your own shamanic rituals that will help you to tap into the greater intelligence and the wisdom that you've been seeking. I've never offered anything like this before. So, this course has not yet been announced publicly. This is kind of a pre announcement here. So, you all on the call are the first to ever hear about it. And there are two winners that I'm going to select today from those who are attending live to join this course, to be the first two to join this course. So, if you'd like to go and check out this course called Rooting in Shamanic Earth Wisdom on your own, you can go to this URL. Hold on one second. I'm going to put it in the chat and then I'm going to put it here. It's not working. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay. So if you would like to go, my video is spinning. Oh my, I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope it's not spinning anymore. I don't know why that would be happening. So if you'd like to go and check out the course Rooting in Shamanic Earth Wisdom, you can click there and check it out. It's at jocelynmercado.com/rooting in Shamanic Earth Wisdom. Those are hyphenated. Now, what I want to do to give away two free scholarships to the class is if anybody would like to enter and have me potentially pick them for the class, please type "I'm interested" in the chat. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. If you would like to possibly win free admission to my course, Rooting in Shamanic Earth Wisdom, please type "I'm interested" in the chat. And I'm going to choose. And some people say I'm spinning. I don't know why. I have no idea. I'll have to research that one. Okay, awesome. Yay. Lots of people are interested. Okay, so I am going to randomly choose two people. Okay, so, okay. All right. Peace Tree 247. You are a winner. So I want to invite you to my class. So go ahead and let's see if you can email me. If you received an email to get into this meeting, then go ahead and email me. If you didn't, you can find me on Facebook and message me there. I'm Jocelyn Mercado, Sacred Planet. So go ahead and find me and message me. I want to give you free admission to my class, Peace Tree 247. And also one other person. Let's see. Okay, good. You said yes. Yay. Yeah, just reply to me in an email if you can. That'd be the easiest way. Okay. And then also, Yasmin Goodman, I would like to welcome you into the class too. So if you can email me as well, and then I'll get you all the information to join the class. Yay. So those are our two winners, Peace Tree 247 and Yasmin. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to welcome you to my class. You're the first two to join it. Now, I want you to know that I'm not even going to officially announce this course in any other way until December 20th. So if you're on here live, or if you're hearing this as a recording, then you get to check it out, but nobody else gets to check it out yet until the 20th. So enjoy. And also, I want to give everybody on this call a free gift. Okay. So, since you stayed on with me here until the end, I'm going to put a link in the chat here. And I have created a beautiful full color guide on how to create your own winter solstice ritual so that you can look in more detail at all of the steps that I shared here in this video. And you can have this downloadable guide to use to create your ritual. And it has some extra little tips and ideas in there. So I just put that in the chat. You can go to this link. It's at wearesacredplanet.com/winter solstice ritual. And those are all hyphenated words at the end there. So I am really, really glad to have all of you on here. We've had 94 people on here, which is awesome. Thank you all for joining me live. And thank you to those who are watching this later on as a recording. I hope you will love that free gift of the guide to your creating your own winter solstice ritual. And I hope you'll go and check out my class. There's something really special there, a special offer for those who are on this YouTube live or watching this as a recording only. As like I said, nobody else got to see that page yet, but you all. So there's something special on there for you. Go and check it out and see if it resonates with you. Okay, well, thank you all for attending. Have an absolutely beautiful winter solstice. And do remember to join me back here every Thursday. I'm going to have a new YouTube video coming out every Thursday. And it's going to be really fun and exciting, something new and different every week. So I can't wait to see you all again here. All right, have a great day and have a great solstice and a beautiful holiday season, everybody. Bye.